Creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food. What's up, guys? This is Allie from Customer States. We have made it to the end of the week, so you know what time it is. So this is the podcast where we talk about everything
I haven't opened my beer.
in the... Well, get it done. God. This is the podcast where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. And this is Allie Paul. And to my left is Jake Rikus.
Hi guys, I just woke up from a nap.
I didn't say what I did. I'm the warranty administrator.
They know what you do.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're new here. Hi. Hello.
The only reason they listen is because of you. But anyways, guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Jake Rikus, as always. That's the first time I got that. I'm a service advisor, and I've been doing it for almost 3 years, or a little over 3 years. You lose count when you want to,
No.
Yeah, I know, I'll stop.
We've had podcasts about this. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's bad.
Go fishing or something.
I took a nap, and I'm feeling refreshed. So to my left is Mike, sitting in for Kevin.
Yes. What's going on, guys?
Trader!
Yeah.
Kevin.
I know. I really miss Kevin. My name is Mike Serra.
He has many hats.
Technician, shop foreman, the wearer of many hats, yada, yada, yada. And I am filling in for Kevin today, so I want to apologize in advance. But anyway, to my left is our special guest for this evening's podcast, Eric Montenegro. You have remembered him from before from another podcast. What's going on, Eric?
What's up, y'all? Well, the same podcast, but a different episode.
Right.
Yes.
Correct. All those other podcasts we do.
Yeah, back for round two.
Yeah, back for round two.
As Ali said, I have been in the automotive.
I did say
She
something.
said, yeah, I was
Automotive.
industry.
These might not be the first beers that we've had.
Sadly for me, it was. I just talk like that.
I've been in the automotive industry now for 4 years, officially, but I've been doing it my whole life. So, good times. I'm a heavy line technician.
I was gonna say you're like in the same boat as me. It's like cars and everything since a wee little dude, but professionally a couple of years.
I've been vehicle adjacent for quite some time.
She's like, I've ridden in old cars.
My
I
mom
know.
used to work for GM, so like we always went to like cool events and
Hey.
like they were doing like Corvette launches and like all kinds of
Hey,
shit.
you know how I just got a rise out of you? Should we tell everybody that listens to the podcast about Jeffrey?
No.
You sure?
Anyways,
Oh,
I heard that
Jeffrey.
today.
Jeffrey is my little buddy. When
I'm so mad.
I've been waiting to bring this up into subject.
This is not vehicle related
Yeah,
at all.
sure
This
it
is
is.
just purely to piss me off.
So anytime I get Allie's goat, her goat is Jeffrey. And he's a cute little furry guy, and I love it when he comes out to say hi, but she fucking hates it.
A goat.
Get your
Yeah,
goat.
get your goat. You've heard that saying before.
No.
Like someone gets your goat, like they get a rise out of you,
Same
or
thing
it
as you
piss
get a
you
rise out of
off,
you, piss you
or-
off.
Interesting.
It's
Gotcha.
another-
Okay. Yeah.
So
Good times.
So her goats.
Yeah,
Now everybody knows.
Okay.
putting Jeffrey
Moving on.
back
No.
in the pen.
No,
It's a goat, not a cow.
exactly.
Moving.
This is why we keep Eric around for
Exactly.
his
Here all night.
funniness.
So I'll get started with everything. I say we because it's me and the customer who get effed. But
It's
anyways,
the royal we.
yeah, the
I mean,
royal
it doesn't benefit us as a dealership, but
No,
go
so
on.
everybody knows back-ordered parts. Everybody's going through it. So when you get your lovely back-ordered part and the angels sing and you're like, oh my God, I might actually get my job done. It's always nice knowing that everything there. It's all in one piece and it's good to go. Well, in my case, today I was sitting at my desk, and the way that our service drive is on the left-hand side is the actual service drive where they pull up. Our UPS driver was the same every single time.
Do you know his name?
Yes, I do.
What's his name?
His name is Ray.
Nice.
Ray, whatever, but anyways. So Ray always backs up the truck, and to be fair, to start this off, it's not Ray's, to be fair,
To be fair,
to start this off, it's not Ray's fault that this happened.
Right.
it happened long before that. There's no way that man did that type of damage. But so he backs in the truck, and there's two parts, and there's a box that looks odd that nobody's really sure what it is, and then also next to it is a transmission inside of the case.
Okay.
So I stick my head out and I'm like, "Hey Ray, you got my glass for me?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. Nothing here really looks like glass." I'm like, "Okay." And I kid you not, word for word, he's like, "No, nothing here looks like glass, man. That'd be a big box." And as he's wheeling it, I notice that there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 fragile stickers on the side of this one box, and I'm like, "Okay."
Fragile.
So I customer walks in, I finish helping, and then I go out and I talk to my dispatcher who's looking at our PDIs and get done. And I'm talking with him, and my buddy inside of the office goes, "Jake, that's your windshield."
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
I'm like, "What?"
Shenanigans?
So I go over to the parts department, and sure enough, it is. So the windshield box is probably, I don't know, 8 foot long box. So big box.
Okay.
And it is folded in half like a book. So it's a spine has been made for it.
I think you fucking shattered it.
Wait,
Oh, you ruined it, literally. And it is wrapped in 4 feet of cellophane. So sure enough, and you guys can go to the Facebook and see this post, but sure enough, it was folded and shattered into a million pieces. So
I think you fucking shattered it.
again.
it's been, I've lost count, weeks, and now
Since you were waiting for the part to
right. So
Okay.
now it's going to be weeks again.
Yeah, that is horrible. The back order parts is just killing us.
So thank you, UPS.
Well, someone. I mean, maybe it's made out of the same material that one phone is made out of. What
The
phone am I thinking?
Samsung
The
Folds.
Samsung fold phone.
Yeah.
The driver made the same joke because when he opened it up, he's like, "Holy shit, that is a windshield." He goes, "Maybe it's made out of that fancy new folding glass." It's like, Jesus Christ, Ray.
Yeah, and new to the automotive industry, folding compact shippable glass.
$1 million idea.
Put all that cellophane around it to keep the broken pieces from falling.
Right, I was going to say, to keep the truck nice and clean.
When they moved the box, was it like yeah? Thank you.
We need to make that into a soundbite.
That is actually an ongoing joke. Before, if we get a box that looks like it's undamaged, because we've still gotten them where they're still
You
shattered.
just like Christmas morning the box, like what's in here?
100%. I always tell my parts manager, I'm like, when you get it, shake it, call me yes or no.
Oh man.
You want to continue with the BS and do uniforms?
Okay. Yeah, I know Eric knows about this subject.
Oh god.
And I'll throw in my 2 cents when you guys.
I have been wearing the same pair of pants all week.
Yeah, so
They brought me one pair of pants last Friday.
Wow.
What's that smell like?
Well, I double layer on everything I wear. An undershirt and 2 pairs of underwear is what. No, I'm kidding.
It's constricted.
2 pairs of socks, the whole thing.
Oh god, 2 pairs of socks. Ugh.
No, God, my feet would sweat too much. I can't do it.
Just like squish around in your shoes, like.
Uniform companies are a joke. They don't care.
They really do not.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. We've had people that have been at our dealership now for I think 3 months is the longest one that we've waited for, waiting to get shirts and pants for this employee.
Luxury. I'm on
3 months.
2.5 years to get 5 shirts.
What?
One of Jake's.
We
So
must have
I,
the same uniform company,
Yeah, right.
which we will not mention.
Let's see.
They who must not be named.
are they first or second? Just asking.
No, it's neither.
Okay. Never mind.
The name that comes to mind definitely first off.
So, one of Jake's shirts, I've replaced
3.
multiple
3 down.
buttons on his shirts. There's holes in the shirts. I want to fix them, but he's like, no, they're gonna bring the shirts. So I'm kind
Well,
of thankful that I
He's
don't have to deal with
optimistic. I
it.
appreciate that kind of.
So
attitude.
optimistic number
But
1.
he's wearing religious holy shirts.
Well, number 1, optimistic. Number 2 is if I leave the shirts with a hole or the holes in them, and somebody complains to the right person, something may be done about it.
Yes.
So I was
Standard logic.
told that in order to get the uniforms for these technicians that we had filled, I was talking to the driver, and I was telling the driver the technician's names and sizes and all that stuff, and he'd take the slip down I saw him write it out. He'd take the slip down to the place and get him filled.
And then he throws it in the trash.
Well, we didn't know what was happening, and the orders never got filled. So finally, he hooked me up with the number for corporate. So I called corporate, and I got on an email chain with 3 different managers, and I CC everybody and copy everybody anytime that a new order comes in, and that way there's no excuses, there's no problems.
He turned into a Karen.
So
I was gonna say he Karen the shit out of this situation.
because I'm tired of people
No
complaining
offense to any
about
Karens out
uniforms.
there.
So
Love you, Karen.
I even went to the lengths of putting everybody's, full name and employee or uniform number on the lockers in there, because they were just throwing the uniforms out on the bench and not putting them away in the lockers. So I made their job super easy. So
Mike has handed this
to
to them on a silver platter.
Yeah.
It's like idiot proof.
So-
there are pictures on the wall, for Christ's sake.
There are pictures on the wall. Eric is not joking. Okay. So,
Wait, what do you mean? Like, this is how you open the locker and insert the hanger
So
with the...
I have a picture up on the wall that tells you how to, like, if you're a new employee or if you haven't done it yet, it tells you how to put your name and where to find your uniform number on your uniform. And so that way there's no excuses. I put up my green tape and I have a Sharpie out there and all that kind of stuff. And then I also have a rack that I built for uniforms that need to be repaired that go back with the tags
You
and everything.
built it?
Well, it's slapped together.
Sure.
We don't have a budget
4
there.
screws in a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's not fancy. It's just a place to hang clothes.
It
Okay.
works.
Yeah, it works. It's a purpose-built machine. So in this email chain, I give them the employee's name and all their sizes and everything like that. And it's written down, and it goes to 3 different people, right? So the order comes in for this technician, and it's the wrong size clothes. So, well, how I asked for a 2XL. It's written here. The order was placed multiple times for this, and it's written here, copied to 3 different people. How did this get mixed up?
It's happened to me twice now, where they brought me the wrong size shirts twice.
So
It's been there. It's like, ooh, look here, you want the shiny nickel? Well,
Well, try this on for size. Pun intended. They bring you, it says it's the right size, and then you put it on, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah, no, not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of wiggle room, anytime you buy clothes.
Right.
You buy
Sure.
whatever, it doesn't matter. There's always the size is never going to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
This was like 3 sizes too small, but it said my number, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Bend
no.
it back.
Yeah, they mess that stuff up
Ugh.
all the time.
and
It's
see,
crazy.
and it's the same thing, Mike. It's like I've talked with the guy who, takes the orders, does our deliveries. I look at this, the whole slip, make sure everything's filled out properly. Everything should be good, like Eric said, idiot proof, or as much as you possibly can. And still, so we've got a new guy that is our old uniform delivery, whatever happened to him. So we got a new guy, and he introduced himself to me, and he came in, he's like, look, man, I promise, I got you, all this, yada, yada, yada. We'll see. So allegedly, I'm supposed to get five more of these.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So I'm going to get 5 more of these. And then he's all like, also get you some, for the same cost as these, because they're cheap. He's like, I'll bring you 5 fancy polos. I'm like, if you can pull that
Like
off.
with the logo, the whole
With
thing.
the logo, the
Okay.
whole thing. And he's like, it's much softer than this, like, stretchy material. And I'm like, if you can do that, man, you're my hero, but I'm not holding my breath.
It's
I
probably
have
not gonna happen.
How difficult is that, man? It's like, I just look at that, it's like, you have to write down on some carbon sheet, some carbon paper, make sure you got names right, sizes right, fucking send it in, you're good.
If everything you're doing is bad, they want you to know this.
It seems like it should be a relatively easy process, but it goes through a bunch of different.
And that was going to be what I was going to say. It sounds like it's that simple. It really
Right.
does. But the way my mind works, I try to think of,
So many channels.
yeah, what exactly has to be done to get this order filled. So the piece of paper goes from the driver's hand. Then what does he do with it? He gives it to somebody else. Okay, we need to order these for this person. Then somebody sits at a computer and they place an order for this many shirts and this many pants for this many sizes or whatever. and then somebody else fills it from there, and then somebody else irons the names on it. You know, it's gone through so many hands, or at least I'm assuming it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to give everyone the benefit.
Well, no,
Sure.
I think that's fair, and I think
But
like
it's
you know,
frustrating.
After 2.5 years,
It's so frustrating because this is literally what you get paid to do.
but you know, you could turn that on its head too, and I'm sure we have customers who are like, well, how fucking hard is it to do XYZ and get your car fixed or
That's why
whatever?
I'm not too hard on them, because I
So-
understand it's difficult and there's a lot of things that are out of your control. I mean, I get that.
And at the end of the day, we don't know what is going
but
into
3 months for a fucking shirt.
No, that is ridiculous.
2.5 years for a fucking
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, in your case.
Jake, tell us how you really feel.
No, it's no. No, because then they win.
I have a uniform-based question, I guess. So you have female technicians. So is there a separate locker room for
Yes.
that person, those people?
Yeah, I ordered up a locker and set it up in a private restroom for the female technicians.
And their restroom is clean, and yours is not.
Oh, it's a beautiful restroom.
You've been in there.
Of course I have.
He's like, do you know me?
Hello.
I'm the one that set it up.
Hello.
And I installed the soap
good.
dispenser.
Sorry.
It's a nice safe space.
We
Gotta
recently.
put a couch in there or some shit.
I always thought there was a couch in the ladies' bathroom, but not
There's
this
a
one.
couches. There used to be more, but there's couches in like a lot of.
There's always a vanity, though.
There is a big
must.
ass mirror in that bathroom.
I've used it.
I bet you have.
Oh, absolutely. I gotta look my best at
I'm so gorgeous.
replacing engines or not. I've gotta look my best.
Just because my work is dirty doesn't mean I have to be.
That's it, right there. That's it. You will not find grease under these nails.
We've got, speaking of clean
Guys,
bathrooms,
I checked.
we clean on our side. Our guys just spiffed it up a bit, just weekly how we do, and we got it really, really good. And the
What,
guy
the bathroom?
the bathroom,
Oh,
well,
okay.
like the locker room, change it,
Oh,
whatever you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
call it. So we got it real clean, weekly clean, whatever that, and of course the wash sink or the wash basin.
Yeah.
It has a cracked pipe, yeah. It has a cracked pipe at the bottom where it's like people have just tried, putting it back together, some putty and stuff like that, instead of actually having it replaced. Well, it has now leaked so much, and now the drain that is right underneath that sink is now backing up, and there's a big old trail of just gross all the way.
Good times.
That's been that way for 3 days now, and still hasn't been fixed, so we'll see how that
Probably
goes
all the
tomorrow.
pumice from the hand cleaner over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Some.
That blue crap.
The J something, and then it just gets backed up into the pipe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Well, occasionally when it rains on the Volkswagen side, they put the parts, the bigger parts that they're holding for warranty retention in the locker room. I call it the murder
Locker
room.
locker.
Yeah, because it's off of one of the bays, so there's like really no other place to put these but except for in that room. And I've had to go in there, so like I have one of the parts guys go in and make sure like no one's in there or whatever. Whatever. Anyways, it's the fucking
I do the same
murder
thing, it's
room. Like one of the lights are like flickering, like, and it's like.
It's got a big
Boom,
fan
boom.
that's only spinning like so many revolutions, so it does the.
It's
The perfect ambiance for the environment.
it's dirty. It's bad. It's so scary in there. I do not like it at all.
Welcome to the men's locker room.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry. It should be nicer.
So speaking of getting things fixed, how many 2-3 episodes I talked about management?
Yeah.
Roughly, something like that.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
So,
something like that.
to our listeners who are return listeners, when I called it back then that our manager at the time would not last, I was fucking right. So,
What do you mean? That,
so our Don, our old manager that I told you guys about, who retired, and we got the new guy, Jack, who took his place. Yeah, exactly. The huge change, everything like that.
let me show you what it's like at this dealership.
Right. So he, not last week, but the week before, he had a family death. So he took a week of bereavement, and that was fine. And we didn't really hear much from him, though. He's like, I'll keep in touch. I'll let you guys know what's going on. And he kind of went silent off the grid. And then the following week, or he tells us first, hey, I'll be back next Monday. Didn't hear from him. Monday rolls around. Nothing. Doesn't show up. Doesn't call anybody. Doesn't text anybody. Complete radio silence again. Wednesday, I believe it was, of that week, the second week, he doesn't hit up the owner, he doesn't hit up the other service manager on the Volkswagen side, but he finally texts us. And he goes, "Hey guys, I'm in Connecticut helping a friend move. I won't be there until the following week."
That's professional.
And that's all we got.
It's to the point that managers were asking me, "Hey, do you know what's going on with him?"
Dude, the owner asked me what was going on, the other service manager asked me what was going on, the sales manager asked me what was going on. Nobody knew where he was.
Oh my god.
Nobody. So that Wednesday rolled around and he texted us. So we finally told everybody, hey, apparently this is what's going on. And of course, he's like, I will be back next Monday, which would have been this Monday, I think.
This Monday.
Yeah,
because the previous Monday, he left a bunch of work on my desk because
Right.
he only came in for one day
To get his
and was
paycheck.
like, "Hey, can you make copies
Robert,
of 50 ROs for each of these files and send this in? Oh, by the way, you're back from your vacation. No big deal that you have 2 weeks worth of work to do in a week right now." So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, yes.
So he's like, I will be back the following Monday. Following Monday shows up. He's not there. And nobody knows what's going on. And there's been whispers and chit chat about, oh, he's going to get canned. Oh, this, oh, that, the other thing. And exactly. So,
A bunch of scuttlebutt.
right. So Monday rolls around and still it's like, besides the Wednesday, nobody's really gotten a straight answer. So we get in on Monday morning and we get a text from Jack saying, and I quote, hold on, if I can make this professional. Give me 1 second here.
Oh man, he's got
I
a.
find that ironic.
Vamp.
Yeah, I know, right? That is highly ironic.
Oh, so yeah, that was something new that I hadn't experienced. I think I talked about this a little bit before, but like he's a super, like he texts. He
Yeah,
wants
no
to, he
calls,
doesn't call you on
text.
your, extension or whatever. He's always sending texts.
Okay.
Because
Which
that's
is
the fastest way
convenient.
to get a response.
It
Right.
is though. I mean, depending.
Not always.
No.
No, if
I
you need
like-
an answer now,
Well,
you pick up
maybe
the phone
for
call.
me,
Yeah, I like
for
how they
me,
improve
it
for
might
you.
Yeah,
be.
but you're sitting at your desk and your phone is right next to you.
Yeah.
I get that, But when we're in an engine bay or
Right.
whatever at our elbows or,
Yeah.
So actually, we did not hear from him Monday. This was actually, he was silent Monday. This was Tuesday. Good morning. Last night, I resigned my position and requested Alex to remain in charge in the interim. I also told the owner I will remain available
These fucking oh no, what is that? Oh, it's a jacket, I think. Yep. Those two cars, look how they took off. They were fucking moving. They flew to that fucking red light, which caused my light to go yellow. Ah, I had such a rhythm going. Pain. Now I gotta time this red light. Anyway, alright, let's get back to it. It's an interesting
to
podcast.
assist with any guidance or questions. It has been a pleasure to get to know you in the short time we had. I hope my actions, training, and advice did not disrupt your lives too much. Please extend my goodbyes to the techs and porters. I do not have their cell numbers. Thanks, and call or text me if you ever need anything.
Wow.
So, it gets better here.
Wow.
So, after that,
Did we also talk about that he jumped ship like right after one of our owners passed away?
yes. Well, no, I mean, Sam.
Right after.
Yeah, so one of the owners of the dealership, he passed away due to COVID fairly suddenly.
So sad.
It was sad, and then he took off. So it was all very weird, whatever the case. And like you said, you don't like to assume, don't like to whatever
Yeah,
the case.
we don't know what's going on in his personal life.
But looking from the outside in, it's kind of shitty. But to continue this, which was fun, the owner came in that Tuesday, and my buddy Alex was talking to him because he was put in charge for the interim while Jack had resigned, since we had no service manager. You remember I was talking, me and him were both up for the hire of the service manager position.
Right.
Sam, the owner, decided to hire Jack. So we were still kind of in the background of it all. I was on the 2-week vacation with Ali when Jack was on his hiatus. So Alex got put in charge. So on Tuesday when we got that text, the owner shows up and he comes up to Alex and I overhear the conversation and he goes, Alex goes, so it's a shame of what happened to Jack. And the owner looks at him and goes, what do you mean what happened to Jack? And he goes, you don't know? And he's like, no. And he goes, yeah, so he resigned. What had happened was he didn't call the owner. He didn't text the owner. He didn't anything. He sent him an email on Monday night. So when he got up to his office, there was the resignation letter in his email inbox. And
That's classic.
Very classic.
and that's how it was.
I have no respect for people like that. I'm sorry. You
Dude,
especially in a position like that. Like, come on. Yes, life happens, and we all have to deal with our own stuff. But you have to maintain some level of professionalism. You know.
I 100%
He
agree.
did. He said best wishes.
That's not a very good
Call me if you need anything.
Call me if you need anything, sweetie.
Right. No, I've been in management positions my entire life prior to taking a position here, as a technician. And you can't do that. Like, your phone is on at all times. You always respond to your employees' messages, phone calls, whatever, and you keep upper management posted at all times. That's ridiculous.
And when I talked to Ali about it, Mike, you a little bit when you were on that last recording, I have run a business before. I have done it. So when I had such doubt with Jack when he came in, because number one, I'm good at reading people, and number two, I know how a business has to be run, or at least as close as possible to at least keep the works together. So when I told everybody, guys, you need to watch this, it's like, whatever you have to do, it's like, learn from them, that's fine. But no, I'm calling this right now. He is not cut out for this. This is not what he is meant for. And I called it. I said, he's a consultant. That's good. Failing dealership. I've been in a bunch of other places. Let me give you all of my information. We'll bring this place up, rebuild the foundation, and then I'm gone. Yep.
Yeah, we knew that he. So here's the thing, like.
But did he even accomplish any of that, though?
No. And
very. To an extent,
something...
yes, but we weren't a failing dealership. There were things that could have been polished. He showed us how to polish. Did it stick? No, because we had a way that worked. We used a little bit of tidbits here and there to make our lives easier, but would I say we completely, change things? No.
Well, he wasn't there long enough to make a trend.
And that's what I was going to touch on too.
That's fair.
Had he stayed and been there long enough, you may have been able to adapt, some more of his, the ways that he does things to help the business thrive more.
Right.
But
and
jump ship.
Exactly. And the thing is,
well, I changed my whole process.
Oh yeah, we all
of how
did.
I was doing things, and now that he's gone, I can't put that on Alex now because he's just learning how to be. He's learning new tools and new skills to be a service manager.
Right.
That we may or may not.
How was that for you? I have to say, I'm a creature of habit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come in and tell me, you got to do it this way now, my whole world gets turned upside down.
Dude, when he did that, I was ticked.
Yeah.
When he's like, no, you're doing it wrong. Bro, you just walked in a couple of days ago. It's like, respect is earned. You come in here and you tell me, no, this is wrong. Where the fuck do you get off? So,
how did you deal with that, Allie?
Yeah, so to be fair, there was a portion of this that I wanted because we started keeping the ROs